The Evergreen Media Network Studio, powered by Scott Tree Services.
Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hello, and welcome to the show. We are so happy you're here with us today. We have such a wonderful show today. We have writers in the house. There's some energy in this room. Of course, you all know Cindy. She's with me every week, but I've got another guest who is a friend, who is a client, who is a now Vero Beach resident, and it's just so exciting because they're talking about all the things that they're writing and the pieces that they do, and it's just so exciting. So anyway, we're going to get to our guest in a little bit. We always have a little bit of housekeeping to do before we get to that. It is a great time of year in Vero Beach. I've already noticed the traffic is thinning out. It's amazing how fast that happens, isn't it, Cindy?
It is.
Like, I mean, it's like Easter,
crazy.
And then they're gone. I don't know.
It's crazy.
Can they really all get away that fast?
Yeah, you saw all those car carriers.
I know I did. I've only seen like 3 or 4. I mean, you used to see more. I think they'll leave their car here and just hop on a plane.
They do now.
And they get on Breeze, because our guest was talking about how nice it is. People are going to Hartford. That gets them all to the Cape and Massachusetts. And, of course, they go to Westchester, and that gets all our Connecticut people, which, you know, half of Connecticut, southern Connecticut, moved to Vero Beach. And between 21 and 22,
they're here,
I meet people from Darien, and I'm like, half your friends are here. They're like, oh, my God, yes, they are. I didn't even know. Yeah. Now it's like, where are you moving? They go, oh, Vero Beach. Yeah. And before, nobody knew that. So, well, there's a reason, and that's what I talk about on this show. It's a show about lifestyle. The reason why people are moving here, it's not because of the condos or the homes that we have a lot of beautiful properties. It's about the lifestyle. And we have a very unique lifestyle here in Vero Beach. It's not like anything else. It's not like South Florida. This is not Jupiter. This is not Palm Beach. This is not Miami, Lauderdale, and none of the above. It's something very different, and it's very unique. And that's why people love coming here. What's been going on around town? Vero Beach Film Festival was last weekend. Cindy, you know, I both attended.
We did.
Wasn't that cool?
Oh, my gosh. I saw some really good. I did the environmental short ones, which was incredible. And then my feature one that I did, besides the one you and I were at, I did the one about the prison, the Japanese kamikaze pilot that became the minister and ministered whatever in the South Carolina prison. Oh, my God. That was incredible.
It was
incredible.
It was. I know the one that got a lot of critical acclaim was Unfixed.
Okay.
And I saw that too.
Did you?
Yes. And I went to the Black Box and saw some of the shorts. I think I saw Ukraine and a couple other.
Okay.
It's just amazing to think that we can get that type of talent, to come to Vero Beach. But I mean, for them, it's good. It's like, I won the Vero Beach Film Festival. Maybe you don't know where it is, but obviously there's a competition there, and it was a great weekend too.
Totally great weekend. The weather was fabulous, and really good movies.
Everybody was in a good mood. I did too. I did too. Really. Some of the things going on around town, real quickly. Downtown Farmers Market is on Wednesday. Today is Tuesday. I know we play on Sunday, and it's the second Wednesday of the month that it goes downtown Vero Beach. It's a farmer's market. They come in, they have beautiful veg. They also have things like honey and other local vendors.
The pickle guys there.
The pickle guys there. Have you seen the mushroom lady? She's got some crazy, big white, they call it white mane or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's trippy. I mean, I'd be like afraid to cook with that stuff. I used to see that when I was a kid. I was like, no, I'm not touching that.
No,
but, no, they're beautiful.
It's a 70s flashback.
It is. It is for me. No, but you gotta go down and see it. And it's we know we have one every Saturday downtown Oceanside, and everybody needs to go down there. Take your friends. I just say it's a beautiful morning. Take a stroll. Even if you don't buy anything, you're going to buy something because it's all wonderful. But I do love to mention the once a month that they do at downtown. This weekend, the Halo No Kill Shelter, which is in Sebastian, has a 5K Chase Your Tail run.
I
That's fabulous. Isn't that fabulous?
I love that.
I love it.
I love her.
Okay, so it's the 7th annual. It's fantastic. It's down at Sebastian City Hall, I think is where you go off of at 7:30. But they're raising money and awareness, obviously, for the No Kill Animal Shelter, which we love. Yeah. It's for runners and walkers and their dogs. So if you've got a dog that has, I always talk about good manners. Because they talk about that. You cannot bring your bad-mannered dog. I just can't imagine going with the dog. But anyway, it's great. Fun for athletes, beginners, kids, and dogs. Come on down. So I think that's a good one for the weekend, and the weather's going to be gorgeous. So 7:30 in Sebastian over by the Chamber of Commerce. And DSRE by the numbers, what's going on? We're just finished through the first quarter. It is the 16th of May, and we are already at $240 million in sales, 261 transactions. We've got 20.5% of the market share, which is amazing. We kind of sort of keep that 1/5 of the market is ours. And thank you, Cindy.
That's a lot of fifth.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Wait till you hear this, though.
Okay, I want to hear it.
Because it's been busy. I told you it's been a busy year for me, which it was. Okay, so already sold in Indian River County is $1.9 billion in residential-only real estate in Indian River County.
I have to do this. That is unbelievable.
Unbelievable, right? So last year it was 100,000, right? It's like 100,000. Yeah. Anyway, 1,062 versus 1,910. It's crazy. I mean, the amount, it's busy again. It's just busy. 2023 kind of settled off that crazy 21 and 22, which were our COVID years. Everybody settled out in 23, and now in 24, they're saying, I'm going to move. Or I want a bigger, or I want a smaller. And that's why I tell people, don't worry, it's not everybody moving in. There are people moving out. People are going to the Carolinas. People are going back up north.
Yeah, they are.
Because they're just like, I've just changed my life right now. And you know what? I think I'm going to go back. And I think it's great. I think it's great. Life, Realtor for Life. That's Lori Davis. That's my tagline. And that's because life changes. And when your life changes, you need a realtor. You need an advisor. And that's what I do, Lori Davis. So anyway, those were just big numbers, and I thought Cindy loves the numbers, but it's got to be compared against something. She does not just take that at face value. She makes me work for it. She's working me for it. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. All right, Citrus Grill House, thank you so much. 1050 Easter Lily Lane. We've got, today, our guest requested a beautiful Pinot Grigio. This is an Italian Pinot Grigio that they serve at Citrus Grill House. It's fabulous. It's light. It's crisp. It's beautiful. Let's taste it. See what we've got.
Yeah.
Taste it again.
I love Pinot Grigio, and I like some of the Sauvignon Blancs, too.
I know. I know. I'm not a Sauvignon Blanc.
No, you're not.
There's one I like, but the Pinot Grigios I do like. I think they're definitely a Florida wine. I mean, it's easy to drink. Chef Scott called me as I was sitting in my car. I couldn't pick up the phone, so I'll call you after the show. I know he's watching. He's always watching. He always has something to say when I get out of my car. There's already a text on there. Anyway, it is a delicious wine. You need to go see them over at Citrus Grill House. It's right there on the ocean, right next to Humiston Park. What a beautiful! If you're watching, you can see that the ocean is right there. It's absolutely fabulous. We love them. The staff is great. If it's not fresh, they're not serving it. So please go on over. Tell them Lori Davis sent you, and enjoy it, because we'll might be there this evening after the show. You never know. You never know.
You never do know.
All right, so let's get on to our guest. Our guest today is a new resident. Well, she's been here almost 3 years now. She was a writer for the New York Times for over 17 years, writing over 290 articles in her career. She is currently the founder and president of Right Now LLC. Let's introduce Val Cruice. Hi, Valerie.
Hello.
I'm so glad you're here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's just a great thing. I've met you and I know you, and I said, God, you would be great on the show. Well, because you've just had such an interesting life. That was something Cindy and I were talking about, is everybody's got a story to tell. And I think your story is very interesting and wonderful. Now, one of the things that you're doing with Right Now is it's business writing, essay tutoring, and basically you're based in Darien, Connecticut, but you do this from wherever in the world, and you're handling clients worldwide.
I am.
So tell us about how this all got started.
Well, working with my own children on all their applications,
right,
starting from secondary school, college, transferring, graduate schools. Then we moved on to resumes and everything that goes with that. And I thought, I really like doing this. And I can do it pretty fast because I'm used to writing on a deadline.
True.
So I approached a friend of mine who I'd known, and she was a college consultant. And I said, what do you think about this idea of me helping kids write their essays? Well, it just took off from there. She threw all her students at me, all her clients, and she still does. Yeah. And then, it's word of mouth. I've never advertised. it's word of mouth. Then I get siblings, younger siblings.
Of course.
And it just snowballed. It's amazing.
Yeah. Now, we all know, because we all have kids and know kids, people who have kids, and it's such a stressful thing to do, right? As this comes up. And it's such an important part of their application that they do. How long do you work with a client? I'm not going to call them a kid because they could be grown-ups. They're MBAs. I mean, they're grown-ups doing, not everybody's a teen. How long do you normally work with somebody and working on an essay?
Well, if they have made a stab at something and they bring it to me and it's pretty good, we can knock that off in an hour and a half.
Wow.
So I work fast and I know how to edit. If we're starting from scratch, we'll brainstorm for an hour and a half. We'll go through the prompts of that year, and we'll talk about everything. And all my years at the New York Times and as a journalist, I've learned how to get information out of people.
Yes,
and how to build that trust.
Sure. With
whomever I'm interviewing, and I always get the best stuff in the last 15 minutes because they start to let their guard down.
I know.
But kids will tell me things they won't tell their parents.
Of course.
And most times, they don't let their parents see the essay.
No, my son did not. He did not.
And that's really better.
I think so too.
But I take that tension out of the relationship between the parent and the student. They're freer to express themselves, and I help them find their voice. It's not my voice, not their parents' voice. Right. It's their voice.
And, in the interviews when we went to colleges with James, you go to visit colleges, whatever, they're like, it should be you. And they really are looking for that voice in that child. And when you get that out of them, I think it's so evident. If you sit down and, if you were an essay reader, and you're like, oh, mom wrote that, dad wrote, right? I mean, you can tell it's not from their heart. Now, you mentioned you had some celebrity students over the years.
I've had quite a few. I'm not going to name names.
No, we cannot.
But I had the 3 sons of a very famous fashion designer. They wanted me to write their essays.
Of course. We'll just give you money, Miss Val.
Yeah, Val, just please. Write it for me.
Yeah.
And I just said, nope, I'm not a ghostwriter.
Nope.
So we ended up, and they doing some nice essays. I recently had the 2 children of a Pulitzer Prize winning presidential scholar.
Wow.
And I was a little tense about that. But,
I'm sure.
But he couldn't work with his own children.
Right.
And he's got quite a few books out. Yeah. And they were really happy. And I worked with the son, and he got into his first choice. And then I worked with the daughter last year, and she got into her first choice. And they were happy, and they wrote me nice notes and all that. And that's so great.
It's interesting you say that because that's the thing in real estate. Is everybody could sell their own home. I think a seller is the best person to tell somebody exactly what's fabulous about their home. And I ask them to write me a note and tell me everything that's fabulous about your house. It's part of my process when I'm going to list your home. But that arm's length transaction, like you need to have some distance between you and the product. Right?
That's right. And
so you need some distance between mom and dad and you and the writer. So I think it's a very important process. Now, are there any definitive no-nos for essays when they're being written?
Well,
do you stay away from politics?
No, I mean, we can go into
whatever they want.
Anything, as long as it's, written well.
Yeah, okay.
And, there are usually 7 prompts.
Okay.
On the common application. And the first and the last are pretty open-ended.
Okay.
Tell us something you'd like us to know about you.
Okay. Because you've seen enough of them. They're just standard after a while, right?
They haven't changed much over the years.
Okay.
But they have tweaked them a bit. They can write about anything as long as it is revealing of who they are.
Sure.
And, I always try to help them become multidimensional.
Right. Right. Okay, so 17 years with the New York Times. Cindy and I are both chomping at the bit to hear about this, because we'll get to how to get in touch with Val after this, so that if you have kids in the neighborhood or in Vero Beach, or you can call Lori Davis and I'll put you in touch with her, because we have so many great kids going off to colleges in this town. It's amazing. So, so tell us about your New York Times days. The 17 years, you interviewed some amazing people, wrote some great pieces.
I still don't know how I did it.
I know, right?
It just seems like every article was like a little miracle. I just did it. I had a natural curiosity, and I had to pitch a story every week. I wrote every Sunday,
okay,
and with a byline, and I interviewed some incredible people. I rarely got assigned. I was out in the field in Connecticut and in the New York metro area, and I knew what was going on, and people were coming to me with things, and it was really amazing. I interviewed Leonard Bernstein. I interviewed William F. Buckley.
No, it's good. I mean, come on. Those people have never had a conversation, and you sat down and interviewed him.
Oh, my goodness. It was really, really something. Mr. Buckley, he was so wonderful and so nice, but there were words coming out of his mouth that I'd never heard before. Okay. So I wrote them down phonetically and tried to figure it out later when I got home.
Okay, yeah.
So
I know somebody like that.
Yeah.
Who's the craziest? Not crazy, but like
eccentric.
Eccentric. Thank you, Cindy.
Oh, I don't know. They all had something great to offer, and I learned something from every one of them. And they all told me things off the record.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. That you couldn't write.
Yeah.
If I didn't, so I put my pen down, and believe me, I can't remember any of it.
Right.
So,
that's fantastic. But that's what Cindy and you guys were just saying before the show. And I say that Cindy and Val were talking because Cindy is a writer, and they're both, this is what they do. I do not do that. But it was like everyone has a story. Yeah, and it's more than just what you know and you see. It's something much deeper. And then all of a sudden you get to this gem, right? This jewel box of information, which I think is fantastic. Listen, we pay for this with a commercial. We're going to go to a commercial break. We're going to come back with Val Cruice. We're going to talk a little bit more about her fabulous writing, how you can get in touch with her if your kids need. And hey, she just wrote for a wedding. She did some speeches, so you can use her for all things, guys. We'll be right back. We'll see you in a minute.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs, all in the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Riverside, Universal, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of Berlin Gardens and Pollywood. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a spring sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Family owned and operated since 1991. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store directly across the street, filled with lots of name brand closeouts and sale items. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com. Sunshine
Furniture. Get ready to experience the rhythm of a lifetime with On Your Feet, the electrifying Broadway musical celebrating the extraordinary journey of Emilio and Gloria Estefan. From humble beginnings in Cuba to global superstardom, their music transcended borders and inspired millions. Don't miss your chance to dance, laugh, and sing along with the music that defined a generation. On Your Feet, now playing at Vero's beautiful Riverside Theater. Get your best tickets now at the box office or riversidetheater.com.
It's always a great time on the Lori Davis show. Everybody has fun. Everybody comes in, they're like, oh, gosh, what? We're on we're video? No. I'm like, yeah, but we're going to have a good time. And everybody walks out and goes, I want to do that again. That was so much fun. Yeah. Val just goes, that's fun. I go, I know. We're having a conversation, but it's the things that I think people in town enjoy listening to and learning about. And there's so many amazing people in Vero Beach. So, and you're just another one of the great people that we've lured into our lair here in Vero Beach and Indian River County. You're now a monthly contributor to our locally loved Vero Beach magazine. Yeah. Tell us about your piece, your column called Spaces.
Yes. Well, last year, Kelly Rogers asked me if I'd be interested in writing a regular column about interior design. I had done a few features before I came, between New York Times and starting right now, I was New York editor of Lux Interiors and Design. Mm-hmm. My mother had been an interior designer, so I grew up with all that. Okay. And my aunt, who is the reason I came to Vero Beach, my aunt and uncle have been here for years and years. She's an interior designer, going strong at 96.
Wow. Is that Pam's mom?
Yes.
Yay. Shout out to Pam. We're going to send this to Pam. I missed you, Pam, but I'll see you when you get back.
So, and I'd written a few design features, and so Kelly said, would you like to do this? And I said, love to do this. So I could choose the topic at any aspect of interior design. Mm-hmm. So it has been really fun just exploring things that interest me. And there's so many talented designers here in Vero.
I know.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Now, give us some of the topics, because I look for your piece in there and I'm not sure like what I'm looking for, because you're so eccentric with design spaces. I mean, I love that, what you're doing with it. Some's inside, some is outside, some is...
Right. So I think I've done game tables.
Yeah.
I think that's just out now. Area rugs, chandeliers, and I try to come up with fun, headlines to grab the reader.
Yeah.
But, I start digging about like area rugs and game tables, like the history of them. Yeah. I just wrote one about beds that's coming out.
It sounds very simple, but you also are supported by beautiful photography.
It's
that's one of the things Vero Beach magazine does very, very well.
The art is so beautiful.
And then you get this really cool article that you're writing that goes along with that, that I don't even realize that you were writing about tables or carpets or whatever. I'm like, look at this beautiful whatever. And then there's this beautiful article that goes along with it.
They're just little, and they're only 600 words.
Yeah.
So
it's like a page or two. Don't miss it. And now you're going to have to look for the Val Cruice byline in there. So when you see like this beautiful picture but there've been gardens, and I can't even tell you, because I look through and I miss it sometimes because I miss it with the photograph, and I'm like, oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Don't miss it. Don't miss that one. You got to look for that. Does it say Spaces at top?
Yes, that's the name of the column, and then I come up with a pithy title.
Right. Now even I'm telling you how to find it, because I need help finding it. But they're so good, and I think it's great that somebody like yourself, that's so talented, that gets found out, kind of organically through this Vero Beach and all these amazing people that are moving here. And people like yourself who come here because family were here. So many people like, oh, my aunt, my uncle, my grandmother, Cindy, your cousin, right? Everybody, is coming because of that. So now, how do folks get in touch with you? They need to talk to you. They need something written. They need, whether it's a speech for a wedding or an essay for a college.
Right. Most people contact me by emailing me.
Okay.
Val at rightnowdone.com, and it's right, WRITE.
That's right.
Now done, DONE.com.
And then I know I saw you on LinkedIn. So
I'm on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, Valerie Cruice, spelled like juice with a C-R, C-R-U-I-C-E. Valerie, thank you so much for coming today. We're going to have to do another show to hear more about all the people you've interviewed at the New York Times. Thank you so much. Everybody, thank you so much for coming to the show. We love having you here. If you have any questions, you can contact me, Laurie Davis. Just Google me and I'll talk to you via email or phone or text. It's fine. Have a great day. Be safe out there, and we will see you here next week. Have a great day. Bye-bye.